Hey, good morning, you guys. This is Shella D. Bridgman, and welcome to the Shella D. Bridgman Show. It is Wednesday, 9 a.m. straight up. Stop. 9 o'clock in the morning. It's early. It is November 6th. So it's the 6th day of our November challenge when we can really consider this the end of the year challenge. So I might change the title, but hey, you guys, so glad to talk to you this morning. This is the day after our election, and I don't know anything. I haven't looked at anything. I haven't tried. I was busy trying to make it through my night at work, and it was pretty good. I did not talk to anyone yesterday about another job, and it's so funny. Listen to this. Okay. So I said I was gonna, do something to try to get another job. I was gonna do all this stuff yesterday. So, do you know that after I did the recording for yesterday, because it was the first thing I did, after I made the recording for you guys yesterday morning, I looked online and there was this guy that is from where I'm from, and he was online talking about, he's making a movie. He said, I just took a break. Listen to this. I love talking to you guys. He said, I just took a break. He said, something told me to take a break and get online and tell you this. He said, it's not how you start the job, it's how you finish. Huh? He said, you need to make sure that you leave the job in a good way. Huh? I'm like, what? What are you talking about? Right? Okay, so that's one word. Okay, and then I ended up really, like I said, having a quiet day yesterday. And making it to work and just really being quiet. I did something totally different again today. You know what? I realized that, sometimes the change, it's not intentional, so to speak. If you have to just be paying attention, because I told you I would listen to my gospel music for the first hour of my work shift, and all of a sudden that's not what's working for me now. It's something else that's working. So it's just happening that way. Stop. Let me give him some more air. Oh shoot, there's somebody sitting in that car over there. So yeah, I don't need him to hear what I'm saying though. Okay, so yeah, that was crazy that he came online and said that. And like I said, I noticed that I've just made these changes, not, definitely not being prompted by anybody. It's just I just really just feel something different. It is something that I've taken off my head covering at work, which makes me look like a totally different person. Excuse me, still wearing the mask. But to see my whole hair, and it's an eye catcher. It makes me look totally different, and it's just where I'm at right now. So yeah, but he came online and said that he was telling about an opportunity that he has to work with this recording artist that like it happened with such ease. And he said the reason why the guy said that he was so willing to help him, with this movie, is because of how he was back in the day when he first started. He said, he was like his intern or something like that, and he said just about the way he worked, and just so that's what the guy was saying, is that he said, look, he said that about, how you leave is really important. And then he said, you don't know whose radar you're on. He said, you need to do the right thing anyway. Like keep working hard, so to speak. And I was like, I'm sitting here by myself in the car in the parking lot, and that was a word for me. You know what I'm saying? So there was that, and then again, I'm just being quiet. So I ended up going to sleep. What I decided I was going to do was, because my plan was to call the office and see if they had something else. But I said, let me do one better and talk to my supervisor and tell him that I want to leave, and what's the best, what is the best way to do it. Is it 2 weeks notice or whatever, and then reach out to the office and see what they have, and tell them that I, talked to my supervisor and stuff like that, and then go that way, because he's been in my corner 300%. When I had that rag on my head, because I didn't want anybody to see my hair, he helped me with that, because people, with this COVID and stuff, people wearing masks. I don't care what people look like. I never see it. Can you take your mask down? I really don't care. I really, really, really don't care. I'm not that interested in anybody else's business. And so when it bothers people, I don't understand why. I really don't. Because I don't care what anybody else is doing. I care about what interferes with my business, but I really don't care. So, but yeah, he came to me because somebody asked him something about what I look like. That's what happened. But he knew that I was really serious. Like I told him, I thought my pants were a little too tight. You know what I'm saying? That's not how I present for work. Work is work. And I see, some men and, the way my hair looks and all this stuff I have going on, then they're extra friendly. Oh, how many holes do you have here? That's not a conversation I want to have with people, so I cover it all up. So it doesn't get the attention, so we don't have the conversation, because that's not what I'm there for. I'm there to be there on time, do the job, and go home. My lifestyle is really different. It's really different. I'm now considered a public figure. My book is very detailed and personal about my life, personal information about my life, and this is as well. So it's not the kind of thing that some people do. Some people tell everything, who they dating, what they have, what they got, what they want, and everything. Some people do that, but that's not how I do work. That's not how I do work. Long time ago, I used to have friends at work and stuff like that, but as I got older, I learned that work is money, and you go home. Like I said, any little conflict can cause you a problem, and then it's a problem on your job. I need the money. When you 20 something, you don't really need the money. You don't know you need the money. You can go do something else. At 20 something, you don't even need sleep. But at this age, I need my money. So to protect that, I just, I do it and I go. And especially, like I said, my lifestyle is not one to just be shared with people. It's not. Can you imagine me, like I'm talking about, I want to, present at the inauguration. Can you imagine me telling somebody on my job something like that? They would think I was insane. You know what I mean? That's not something that the average person would even consider. And so, no, I'm doing something totally different, and it is what it is. The guy that yesterday called to find out who was actually supposed to relieve me, he showed up today, and turns out that he was the person that was supposed to relieve me today. And I don't do that chit chat. When you show up, I don't know how you doing, because I don't want to know about your sick mother. I don't want to. I got my own stuff. I got my own problems. You know what I mean? It's taking everything I have. Bishop, dang, it's hot. I'm about to turn the air on because this guy's over here with his window down. Let me turn this air on. Yeah, so So I started listening to sermons and not music. And so, I hope you can't hear that. It sounds loud. So, yeah, so I'm listening to Bishop this morning, and I heard a sermon from 2020. I had heard another sermon. I didn't even choose it. It just came up, and it was saying the message of the sermon was keep it moving. I said okay, and he was talking about it was keep it moving, and I'm like okay, I'm gonna keep it moving, and so oh, that's what I was saying. He was saying about. He said, "What is the thing?" He said, "Have you ever given anything your all? Have you ever given anything your all, no matter what, in spite of?" And I was like, "Okay, So that was me today. That's what I was saying. This is what I'm doing right now. I'm doing this every day, and it's the first. I've turned it into the first thing that I do, and not the last thing, to make sure I get it done. So I'm on the right track. And so yeah, I'm here talking to you. You're on this journey with me, and yeah, I had said that I was gonna call my supervisor yesterday and ask him, talk to him before I talk to anybody about leaving. I realized the guy that I least like to work with, I'm supposed to work with him tonight. It's like, oh my goodness. And so, but I wanted to talk to him yesterday, but everything is, for me, it's energy, right? I have to be in the right frame of mind. I have to have the energy to have that conversation, right? And I wanted to really think about it and be settled with it in my mind. You don't just tell somebody you want to leave your job. And like, I walked into a full-time job, and I do a little bit of work, just a little bit of work, a full-time job. And so I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for him. I'm grateful for him, always being supportive at every turn. And yeah, so I want to be sure, and I want to be settled, and I want to have, be in the right mental space when I make that call to him. So time was ticking. By the time I finished making the recording and doing this and doing that, it was late, and it had gotten past time, and I was just tired by then. And that's not a conversation that you want to have with somebody and you're on your last leg. You want to have the energy for that. So I may call him today. I may go ahead and do that today, and that way when I see that guy tonight, I'll already know, oh, I got like a couple more times to see you, if that, but yeah, that really got me when he relieved me yesterday, and all I was doing was telling him something, and he was, just, you're supposed to pass on, information, is there anything I need to know? I gave him a piece of paper, and he was, what? I'm like, oh no. I know when I'm doing something. Trust me. I know when I'm acting up. I know. But he was just looking for a fight, and anybody would understand. He knows what it's like to work graveyard and you up all night. You ready to go home, and he was like 15 minutes late. I didn't say anything. I didn't give him a dirty look. I was just trying to tell him this is for, and he was ready to fight then. I'm like, nah, this is not doable. It's just not doable. It's considered a hostile work environment. So, yeah, but the guy came online and said he was making a movie, and he said, something told me to just take this break and tell you it's not how you start the job, it's how you finish. I'm like, what? Wait, what are you saying? Right? So, yeah, so I feel good. Today is Wednesday, and this is the day after the election, and I don't know anything. Trust me, I know nothing. Getting through my job is, even though I don't do a lot, it's the kind of job that you don't know what's going to happen, though. It's not predictable, and you need to be prepared for it. So it's like that. And so that's what I say. I hold my breath a little bit, all night until it's time for me to go. And then because the lady that usually relieves me is not, I don't know where she's at. She's very dependable. She's been there longer than anybody. She gets there early and everything, but I don't know where she's at. So I gotta still hold my breath and hope somebody's gonna relieve me, because I got him in the car waiting for me. And so yeah, but you know what? I listened to I'm so happy. I am so happy, and I tell you, I need to keep going. And actually, that's what this change is about. It's about, I can't have anything taking my energy unnecessarily, because I need to have energy to do this with you guys. I do. I listened to yesterday's recording, and it was okay. I'm gonna say this. It was really good. I was so pleased. It was good to me. I was so pleased. I told you, I don't know what I sound like. I don't know if I sound like I'm whiny or complaining. I don't know what I sound like until I listened to it. And I'm like, wow, it was really good. It was good. I wasn't repeating myself. I wasn't distracted by that dog. It was like the video or recording was like 30 minutes, but it was like I said what I had to say and I got out. The message was clear and to the point, and I was done. And I was like, oh, that was good. It wasn't draggy. It wasn't, excuse me. And then I had to say too, like, if I sound a little tired, I'm letting you know I've been up all night. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, I'm doing the best I can with what I have. So when I listened to it, I was very pleased. I was like, wow, and yeah, I got that message out in spite of everything that was going on. I'm here at the parking lot. I'm at the same place today at the library parking lot. It's empty. I mean, there are cars here, but it's, yesterday it was full. It was full because people were, the polls were here. They were dropping the ballots in the box right here. And then some people were going in the library. So it was a full house. It was a full house. And I was trying to do my recording, trying to do my recording. So yeah, I'm pleased with everything. I am pleased with everything. I'm pleased that I'm doing this. I'm pleased with the work. I'm pleased with the product. I'm pleased with the stick-to-itiveness. I believe I've been consistent. I've had problems with getting stuff unloaded. Unloaded. Yeah, unloaded. Is that a Freudian slip? But yeah, I've had trouble getting stuff uploaded. That's, that is what it is. But I've been consistent. The one time I told you something told me not to go to the library and do it. But other than that, if it didn't get uploaded, it was because I don't know, it just didn't, But I have consistently made a recording. That's the assignment. I have made a recording every day. Every day. So I've kept my word to this. I've kept my word. So yeah, just wanted to share that with you, that I really feel comfortable that I am supposed to leave my job, give notice, whatever, and I believe that something else that's coming is better. It's better. And just like I said, oftentimes we're so concerned, I don't know, because I need a job. I'm by myself. Everything I need is tied into the money that I get from work, and I need it because it's just me. But something's just telling me this this is not it, and I'm not even maneuvering change. I'm not even maneuvering change. It's like it's staring me in the face. The change is staring me in the face. What I lived by, I'm not even doing anymore. How I start my work shift. So it's just time. I have taken a covering off my head. It was black too. I mean, I told you I wore the thing pulled down to my eyebrows. So you really, and I would tell people I'm a ghost. I would say I'm a ghost, and I'm not trying to be seen right now, but it's just not, it's just not my focus anymore. It's not my focus anymore. And it was taking too much energy to do all of that, to pull it way down, to keep it pulled way down, to keep up with it, because I don't have 50 of them. And it gets lost somewhere. And you're like, oh, how am I going to cover my hair? And it was just a lot of work. It was a lot of work, and I couldn't wait to get off work so I could pull the thing off my head. So yeah, it just turned out to be just extra, just a lot of work. So I'm in a different place right now. So, and that's what I was saying to you, was that I just need a change. Like, I'm just done with this. Whatever this is, I'm done with it, and I need something else. If you told me that you had a job for me in another country starting next week, I would take my little car and drive there and do it. I would do it. And I mean that. I mean, there's nothing keeping me here. Me and my little guy. Yeah, if there was another job starting for me, or an opportunity, put it like that, because we don't just need a job. We don't need to just show up and clock in, and we don't need to do all that. But if there was an opportunity for me in another country, I'd drive this car. I would get on the road, drive this car, and be there. Look, and you got a place for me to live, I would get on the road and go. So I'm just ready. Everything is about. You know what? That's like when I meet people. When I meet younger people, you see how I talk, right? I like to talk, and I like to share what I know. Is what it is. And I didn't go to college until I was older. And when I was young and tried to go, I couldn't do it. I didn't have a place to stay. I was living with my mother. I didn't have a car. It wasn't working. So I didn't go until I was older. And and I went back. I graduated a couple times, and I kept going back. And then at some point I was like, I can't do this. I can't do it. It's like there's a season for everything. There's a season for everything, and with everything that you do, there's going to be a challenge. There's an upside and the downside. It's like when you marry somebody, who is so wonderful, but there's something that gets on your nerves, right? There's an upside and a he's squeezing that toy. There's an upside and there's a downside to everything, but there's a season for when you can deal with it. When you can tolerate something. And the last time I went back a few times I went back, but that last time it was like, ooh, no, what I realized was who I want to be. I don't need a college degree. Ooh, did I say that? That was what it was. The work that I wanted to do in the world, I didn't need a college degree for that. That was what I realized, and I was done, because I couldn't deal with somebody telling me to read X on this day by this time, and we're gonna talk about it, and I couldn't deal with all that. I just really couldn't deal with it. So when I went to college, it was hard for me because I always worked full time. And I paid my way and everything. It was always hard for me. I didn't have money. I told you I didn't have rubber boots to do the sampling in the mud flats and the tide pools and all. I struggled all the way through. All the way. I've been struggling for years. Don't get it twisted. I've been struggling for years because I've been by myself the whole time. That's what I'm saying. Everything I've done, it's been a struggle. It's been extra. Yes, for sure. But I had it in me. I had it in me. That last little bit. I mean, I don't know where the money came from for me to get my gown to graduate. I mean, I remember crying in the classroom in the computer lab. I remember crying in there, not loud where anybody could hear me, but the tears were rolling down. I was like, oh my God, because like I didn't have money for rent or something. It was crazy, right? It was crazy. So just struggling, and that was during the time when I was not in. Both my parents had passed, and I wasn't in contact with my brothers, and that's what I was saying. I realized years later that me and my oldest brother, we were at the same college graduation. Different schools, so not in the same ceremony. Now you notice the whole parking lot. You know the people jamming up next to me. You know that, right? So yeah, I realized it years later. So our names are in the same. See, that's the same bar. He's saying you're too close. Look, he's looking at my car. He's just looking at my car. You see what I mean? That's what I'm saying. This man is all in my car. He was looking all in my car, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, our names are in the same book. It has all the different schools that graduated, but our names are in the same book. So yeah. But yeah, everything has always been hard for me. Everything has always been hard for me. I work with this lady. She was like my mother's age, and we worked together, and we were friends. And when I got married, and we were talking, and she said to me, she said, "Yeah, I don't know why it's so hard for some people. Why is life?" I think she was the one that gave me the book, The Road Less Traveled. I think she was the one that gave me that book. And the what is it? The first line of the book is "Life is hard." So but that's what she was saying, is that I don't know. She was saying, I don't know why it's like that for some people. She had been married for a long time, and her husband, I think they actually divorced. So she was still staying in the house, and he had like a, pretty good income. So, and she lived in a nice neighborhood, and just, some money involved. And so, she was living in this house, and, I think so she's like my mother's age. So her kids, she had 2 kids, a son and a daughter. So they're like my age. And she gave the house to her daughter, I think. It was her daughter or her son. She gave them the house. And so that's what I'm saying. It's like, what? What? But that's why I'm so proud of my 2 brothers, because we don't have a perfect relationship. It's not storybook. It's not Rockwell, but that's why I'm so proud of them, and that's why I have respect for them, because as men, they accomplished the American dream with no help. Nobody loaned them $50,000 to buy a house. No one loaned them. No one gave them. They did all of it by themselves, and that's why I respect them the way I do. Do we have a perfect relationship? No, we don't. But they've done it. They've done it. No, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Look, I'm the one that but yeah, so, and they've had, what do you call it? Civil service, or public service, whatever you call it, those kind of jobs. They both have had those kind of jobs. They're both retired. The one is working on his second retirement. And yeah, and I was a teacher, so we've done pretty good to say that my mother was a single parent. And yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I'm proud of my family. I'm very proud of my family, and that's what I was saying. Like, my background check, 15 minutes you'll get it back. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. And I'm proud of it. I'm proud of who I am. And know. We're going. I know. So, yeah, so that's it for me. So, I will let you guys know what happens with this job thing. Stop. I will let you guys know what happens. I think I'm going to go ahead and call this guy. See, they change, my supervisor, they change shifts at the same time we do. So, when people don't come to work and all that other kind of stuff. So, I change at 8, he changes at 8. So, I think I have the energy to go ahead and do it now. Maybe I'll drive over there, but I'll have to get out of the car and talk to him because I can't do it with this little guy in the car. He's letting me talk to you, but I don't know if he'll let me talk, So I think I'm gonna go ahead and do it today. Do it right now. I feel pretty good, and that way when I see this guy tonight, I'll have that in my back pocket to know. Yeah, yeah. So that's it for me. Thanks you guys for being here with me. Like I said, I don't know anything about the election. I will look at that today and figure out. I told you I live under a rock. That's what I mean. People don't understand. They think so many people think that people are like them. I'm not like people. Not people like isn't anything else. But this man is sitting here staring at me. He's on this bench. I'm telling you, this is something. Like, really? But yeah, so I have, not a clue. I have no clue about what has happened or anything. One thing I do see is that it's really quiet out here, and that's surprising. It's just quiet. So, but I'm gonna let you go, and thanks again. Thank you for everything, and we're getting on through the end of this year. We've gotten through our election, and now we gotta see what's what. I don't know what it is. I have not a clue. So I'm gonna look at that, and then we'll, it is what it is. So thank you, and I will talk to you tomorrow. And be good and take care of yourselves. Love you.